Alright, we're here today again at Hardracing. We got a new little product here we're going to try out. It was sent from our buddy Trippage. And it's a new clear taillight with integrated signals. This one's made here in the USA. He's been making LED taillights for a long time. And this one looks like really good quality. You can see the housing. It's all clear. It's only offered in clear. Lots of LEDs in there. It's your traditional cluster of LEDs as opposed to like a halo design or whatnot. And what also makes this one kind of unique is not only do you have the stock OEM plug for the tail light, you got the bullets for your turn signals. He threw in an extra plug and wiring if you wanted to run a tag light or an accessory. Pretty cool, so you don't have to splice anything in there. It's already done for you if you want to use it. And lastly, he has a program button. And you're thinking, what's a program button for? Well, actually, this taillight can be programmed for a whole bunch of different features. It's got 12 different patterns for your brake alert. You can set the brightness of the running lights, and you can set the brightness of your brake lights. And if you are hanging out at some kind of tailgate or nighttime party with your boys, you can set a demo mode where it'll actually cycle through all the different functions. Some people might think that's silly, but some guys might actually dig it. Either way, it's an option. You don't have to use it if you don't like it. But as far as having programmable brake light patterns and brightness of running and brightness of brake lights, that's definitely pretty cool. So we're going to install that next. Since it is plug and play and it is just a tail light, we're not going to go through the whole installation. You basically unscrew your stock one, plug in your new one with your little bullet connectors, screw in the little bolts on the end, and that's it. So we'll show you what it looks like once it's installed. Alright, so I held the programming button while I turned it on, and that puts it in programming mode. Now I choose 1 through 5 for whichever programming mode I want to mess with. First one is your startup sequence. So we'll click 1. Wait a second and watch what happens. Alright, so this is the startup sequence I have right now, which is just turning on. If I press the other option, that's what it's going to do when you start your bike up. Basically, if you can't tell from the video, it's flashing red and yellow. If you have a chance for epileptic seizure, you should not do this, because this really is bright. So I'm going to put it back at just turning on. Alright, so here's programming your running light brightness. Each time I push it, it gets a little bit brighter. Of course, the camera does a terrible job of showing what I'm seeing, but at least you have an idea. That cycles through the 10 levels of running light brightness. And I can tell you I'm already seeing stars, and that's just the running light. Brake light's even brighter. Alright, so we're in program mode again. We're going to go to program 3, which is brightness of brake lights. Actually, that's 4. Program number 4. That's your brake lights. Alright, and next is your brake alert pattern. So we'll go 1, 2. And this is what it's going to do when you hit the brakes. And you really have almost limitless amounts of options for this. Every time you hit it, it's going to show a different way. It's going to strobe. It's going to flash a little bit. It's going to strobe a lot. It's just going to turn on. It's going to flash a couple times. I mean, it really comes down to total personal preference on what you like. Alright, so there's your running light. There's your brake light. Of course, like I said, you have 10 different options to choose for the brake light. Your left turn signal. So that's your left turn signal without the brake lights on. And this is your left turn signal with the brake lights on. And without the brake lights. So it actually completely turns off and on, which is pretty cool. That way it's super apparent to the driver behind you. And then the right side. And off. So running lights and then brake lights. And again, as always, video doesn't display what you're seeing in real time because the aperture of the camera shrinks down. Yeah, even our dog likes it. So, check it out on our website. We got them for sale. And it's hardracing.com.